The Very Serious Crafts podcast is now on Patreon. Head on over to patreon.com/seriouscrafts to support our podcasts and get early access to episodes, find out about our unfiltered, patron-only off-week episodes, and more.
Yay! You're listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast.
We're very serious crafters, and we craft very serious crafts.
Very serious.
Hello, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 6 of the Very Serious Crafts podcast. I'm Heidi from Hands Occupied.
I'm Mollie from Wild Olive.
And I'm Haley from Red Handled Scissors. Today, we will be laughing at each other and also talking about bias tape makers, old school tapestries, and spring sewing.
Yeah.
Hey, it's that time of year again.
It is.
know.
I don't understand how it happened.
Yeah.
Well, and
Wasn't it
We're
just-
we're at like the 2-year anniversary of the podcast starting as well. Is that right?
Whoa.
It's true, because all the bills just came due.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
I know it.
I did not even realize that it's been 2 years. It feels like we just started this thing,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are in season 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Time flies. Yeah, and speaking of time flying, so the things that I've been up to since the last episode in the last 2 weeks have been, sheltering in place like all of us. And it's so if you have listened to the podcast for a while, you'll remember that during season 2, I talked about how my husband and I were putting our old place on the market because we got a new place. And it has been a now 6-month process, which means we've been living in 2 apartments in the same building. But without dwelling on that, we are lucky to be in the position to move. But it would have been great if it wasn't coming in for a landing during right now times in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So right now, because it's really unclear how safe it is or legal it is to hire movers, it's been very difficult to find information or guidance.
It's legal in New York officially, by the way.
Yeah, I just haven't.
So it's probably legal there.
Yeah. And lucky for us, we're moving within the same building. So even if it were completely illegal, we can move our stuff ourselves. But right now we're getting down to the point where we've taken the last few items up to our new place, but there's really big stuff that we can't lift.
Right. And you can't just ask your friends to come over.
Exactly. So, it's nice that I haven't had so much time for crafting because I've been using that time to move stuff, but we're getting to the point where it's this is a puzzle to solve and not the jigsaw variety. Huh.
Right.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's just who'd have thought?
It will be, but
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
man.
That's all.
I had a who'd have thought kind of a moment where I went, why didn't I ever think about this before? I was sewing a face mask, as one does. And by the way, I was using Craft Passion's pattern and tutorial, which has been fairly easy, but a nice mask. But anyway, one of the things that she does when she's showing sewing the mask is she changes the needle position on the sewing machine while doing the edge stitching. And I'd never considered doing that before to actually do that process, and I don't know why, but so I have a whole world has opened in my mind to edge stitch this way, and I who'd have thought?
Oh yeah, I always do that.
I've never.
Interesting.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I learned to sew from people, but I never probably learned, I never had a lesson on edge stitching. And so therefore I missed that entire chunk of knowledge. And if you have missed that, I highly recommend listeners that you try moving the needle position. It gets so much easier.
So I actually always stitch or always sew on the machine with the needle in that position. I don't usually have it in the normal place. So we are like complete opposites in that, which is kind of funny.
It is funny. Interesting. Now I'm going to have to think on that.
I think I feel like it was when I learned maybe top stitching. When I first discovered the magic of adjusting the needle position, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lines up better with the seam allowance that I usually use to have the needle in the other position, so I pretty much always use it because I feel like I can judge the distance better.
Yeah.
So I also was sewing masks this week, and I made so many beginner mistakes. It was kind of amazing. I cut myself with a rotary cutter. I stabbed myself in the palm with my seam ripper, and I came as close as I have ever come to stitching over my own finger.
Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, but it was only because my sewing machine errored.
Convenient, I guess.
Yeah, thanks, Bernina. And so, yeah, I think I was just trying to go too fast. And so I was it's been a long time since I pulled out my sewing machine to really sew a bunch of things. And so I think I was just going way too fast. But like I bounced the rotary cutter off of my hand. Like I was just like tapping it like do like while thinking like what? Yeah. So that's fun.
Those rotary cutter cuts are no joke.
No, luckily I hadn't changed the blade during this project, so it was significantly less dramatic than it could have been.
Well, good.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Well, before we jump into talking, we want to give a shout out to some new serious friends of the Very Serious Crafts podcast who are now supporting us at patreon.com/seriouscrafts. Many thanks to Melissa and Jeanette this week. You are the best.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Melissa and Jeanette.
We really appreciate it.
We do.
So yeah, we were just talking about shelter in place because it's hard to not think about just shelter in place.
Because we're all experiencing that.
Yeah.
To various degrees right now.
Yeah. And it's interesting because everything feels so serious right now. And then it's that we live in this world where we're all so desperately, like looking for the silver lining and trying to focus on being positive because it is pretty miserable for a month plus now for some of us, just dwelling in focusing on all these things we can't control, And so one kind of outlet that has helped me cope, which is not surprising to any crafter because I'm sure we're all already doing it, is crafting, but specifically design work. I have found to be therapeutic in a really unique way, which is not surprising. Like I have experienced this before. This is why I'm a designer.
Right. Yeah.
But it's really strange when shelter in place becomes a point of inspiration in your work.
Yeah. And I mean, struggle does often inspire art, but
yeah, and it's just really interesting. Like I'm playing with simple themes of like buildings in my work and playing with like color in a way to symbolize certain things in really artistic ways, or at least they feel that way to me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I don't want it to sound like I'm like bragging or tooting my own horn. It's just my whole point here, like with a lot of them, is like design as a therapeutic tool is very interesting, and it is okay and valid to use something like coronavirus and sheltering in place and isolation. It is okay to like use those themes in your work, and it can really help, I guess is all I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I agree completely.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not like saying that I'm some authority granting permission to people on how to be creative, but it's just a thing that I found a little surprising for me. And in a past life, it's something that I feel like I might have wanted like permission to explore. So that's why I wanted to talk about it on the podcast a little bit.
And I think it's good for people to hear. I mean, sometimes it's really nice to have somebody be like, yes, this is a totally normal thing that many of us are doing and experiencing right now.
Yeah.
And like, it certainly makes me more comfortable to hear that. And some of my lace friends are making coronavirus shaped bobbin lace right now.
Oh, I bet that's beautiful.
wow.
It's fascinating. So like, it's both terrifying and very beautiful, which is an interesting juxtaposition.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You nailed it, Haley.
In a certainly not as elegant.
Ooh,
I feel like I
elegant.
keep coming back to this, but
Sorry.
have you seen? Well, I mean, the virus-shaped lace. There's something both light and heavy and elegant about all of that. But now this is more at the light end of it. Have you seen? And I cannot remember offhand, but it's someone that has designed a needle turn applique toilet paper quilt. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a mini quilt of 4 different rolls of toilet paper, like to varying levels of fullness. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
way we are inspired.
Well, I've seen a lot of
that
cool coronavirus related like photography, especially I think just because we live in such an Instagram world. But it really is interesting seeing.
yeah.
I guess because it has been a month, some of the art is coming out, or more of the art's coming out than we've seen before, and it's just kind of it's kind of rad to dig into if you're feeling like you can't stop thinking about it, but you don't want to just be stuck in whatever anxieties your brain makes up. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just
It's okay
I doubt
that you
that's
can't
just me.
stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
None of us can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
But
I
it's
know.
also okay to use that to make something, like to channel your anxiety into.
Yeah. Totally.
Absolutely.
But speaking of something to channel your anxiety into, it is A-okay
Oh.
if you just want to like pick a pattern to distract yourself and have like something cute to wear this year, for instance.
My goodness.
yeah. Yeah.
That's totally
That's
fine too.
absolutely what I am doing.
Oh, speaking of cute, lighthearted things, I would just like to say that friend of the podcast who is doing the grown-up Kirsten looks has just done a birthday dress, and it's fantastic.
Oh, I saw that. It's so
It
cute.
is.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something
Yeah.
to cheer you up and maybe bring you a bit of nostalgia, we'll put a link to that in the show notes too.
Yes. It's glorious.
Yes.
It's what I would really like to be wearing that dress and like spinning in a field of wildflowers. That would be
That's
fantastic.
the dream.
Instead of the snow that showed up in my neighborhood.
It's
today.
snowing in the city too of Chicago.
Can I have it in a different color?
Pink.
Oh, the dress. I thought you meant the snow. Yeah. Nope, you probably don't want pink. But it would be amazing in black and white gingham.
Yeah. Ugh, black and white gingham is so good.
Yeah.
It is good.
Anyway.
But meanwhile, I am working on a project for warmer weather days, which might eventually show up. And I picked this pattern. I'm currently, as we speak, I am crocheting the Serato UV vest that I will link to the pattern on in the show notes. And I chose it like a couple years ago, and I've had the yarn sitting here, and I finally started on it. And I have been referring to this as my Zoom sweater because it's the project that I can work on, and I don't have to be quite as focused. And so I can do it when I have all of the Zoom calls and meetings and video chats with people. And so that's I was not expecting this to be the project or the top that I was going to associate with all of this, but it is. So it's a kind of lacy crocheted cap sleeve top, and by the time that I finish it, maybe I will be able to wear it around other people besides my family.
Oh, it's cute.
And it is. Yeah, you can't see it right now because my video chat isn't working. But it's going to be, I think, very fun. I'm working on it in a really cool navy-ish yarn. It has some flecks of gold in it, so it looks almost like a gemstone. I love it. So I'm working on that, and yeah, it's the Zoom sweater. But I'm also working because, again, I was planning for like fun summertime things, and so I've got 2 summer tops that I've actually got going at the same time. The other one I'm knitting, and it is the roving summer top.
Like roving around? Rambling?
Yes, I think it's more like moving. Yeah, it's a cotton sweater. It's not wool roving. It's very light. It's a confusing name, but it's a fabulous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Mollie.
So again,
it is a gemstone. It's blue
Yes.
gold stone. That's what it will look like.
It will. I'm trying to, let me see what the name of this yarn color is.
I hope it's blue gold stone because that would be perfect.
It's hematite.
Oh, hematite. Yeah, that's
So, yeah,
That's
so it
nice.
is.
I
it
like
is-
hematite.
Yeah. But yeah, so the roving summer top, which is not made with roving, it's a cotton yarn, and I am actually using the yarn recommended.
I'm glad you are
pattern,
because it looks gorgeous
is-
in this lace.
Yeah, I'm doing that. The main color that's in the pattern on Ravelry is kind of a rusty coral color, and it's a Japanese yarn called like Ski Noko, I think, and I ordered it from Japan, and I'm enjoying working on it. But
It's going to look so good.
I was so thankful that someone else was knitting it at the same time. She saw me start it. She started it. And she put a lifeline in and had to use it. And I was like, ooh, remember the lifeline, Mollie. And I was so glad because I've needed to fall back on that. It is not a Zoom friendly project. There's much counting and checking, but I'm enjoying that as well. I will put that on. I will work on that while I have like Netflix or something going, because I don't mind if I'm not paying attention to the Netflix as much.
Right.
But like I can't have a conversation and work on that at all. But yeah, so it's coming along, and my Serato vest is coming along, and I'm really enjoying having these 2 things in the works. And now the greatest thing is to just not also add like a fall winter project into the mix.
Well, I was just looking at Irene Lynn's Ravelry designer page. So she's also got a wrap called the Roving Summer Wrap, and it uses the same lace.
Yes.
And also, P.S. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, listeners should definitely look at this pattern in the show notes because it's lace, but it's also got some cable details. It's really a beautiful pattern. It looks very Japanese in like the best possible way aesthetically, like design style wise. But I feel like
it's beautiful.
I feel like this wrap is really, really nice as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I bought the pattern for the wrap as well. I bought a couple things from her at the same time. I think she was having a sale a few months ago, and it was hard to limit my purchases because I was like,
so
I want all
cute.
of these. Well, it's a bad habit for me to like buy a bunch of things.
Yes.
I know. From her, I also bought her acorn shawl and a pattern she has called Grassland that is very different from the other ones. But
I love them too because they sew, like I opened both of those patterns just now to listen to your topic, and they look so completely like your personal style and similar to your design style, which I always really appreciate. Watching people who are like, even if it's not their pattern, making something in their style, I like watching it because I feel like maybe this is a designer thing, but like getting to watch someone who's also like a master maker and a designer do a really beautiful pattern that like is in their style and like is a aesthetic that the maker understands. I feel like that's even more exciting to watch than just the average knit project or crochet project come together, if that makes any dang sense.
Oh, yeah, I think it makes complete sense.
Yes.
The first thing I
Yeah.
thought when looking at those patterns were, oh, Mollie.
Yep,
Yes,
100%.
definitely. Those are going to look great. And so watching those come together is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
well, I'm enjoying it, even when I have to rip back a little bit
Fair
in
enough.
the lace.
And it's also a
all
great
good.
time,
Yeah.
if you're able, to support like individual makers selling patterns and stuff because obviously it's a rough time for many people in the handmade world. So if it's within your means to do so, now's a really great time to do that.
Yeah, and I just want to like shout out Hohi Locatelli, who has so many amazing patterns. She has some of her patterns that give to charity. So she has a sock pattern right now, and now I'm gonna try to remember what the name of the sock pattern
Sorry,
is.
I derailed us.
No, it's okay. They're cute little ankle socks.
And what's the donation of those?
It is 100% of it is going to a women's community house in Buenos Aires.
Oh, that's lovely. I think that's...
Yeah.
I like both supporting a maker right now and supporting a really good cause, although I know that 100% of the proceeds are going. So it's maybe not specifically supporting the maker, but it's a really nice thing to do.
Well, I would say she has so many beautiful patterns, including a new sweater pattern that I really want to make, that, you should just go ahead and buy a couple patterns at the same time. Buy the one that helps others, buy the one that helps her.
I think that's a perfect solution for those of us who have the means to do so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything to say about charity sweaters, but I do have things to say about... making things that benefit other people, I guess. So, as you all know, and probably many of you listening are also doing, I've been sewing masks. And because of that, I've sort of been paying attention to the mask sewing internet. And one of the people in the Very Serious Crafts Facebook group posted a photo of this Lego bias tape tool that she made.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Her name is Lori, and she gave me permission to use the photo in show notes, so you'll be able to see it. But it's so smart, and it looks so neat. And for people who can't run out and buy a bias tape tool right now, it's a really perfect solution. And she also linked a tutorial for making it. So if anybody out there needs a bias tape maker, I also was just poking around the internet a bit and found a few different DIY bias tape maker tutorials. One of them uses the casing of a box cutter, which I thought was a really cool thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was, it's the right shape. It made a lot of sense. I don't think I would have thought of it.
No, I would not have.
No. And there's also a printable bias tape maker from the Scientific Seamstress. And I definitely featured that on Craft Magazine many, many, many years ago. But I did check, and the link still works. And so it's a very easy bias tape maker that you can just print out and use like an X-Acto knife to cut. And it's very functional and doesn't really require much that isn't usually found in your house. So,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so those exist. And I personally have been using Clover bias tape makers because Clover gave them to me a long time ago at back when one of our industry trade shows used to be called the Craft and Hobby Association trade show. What is it now? Creativation? I think that's
yeah,
right.
It is.
So they're great also if you happen to have access to them. So I will link them in the show notes as well.
Yeah.
But it just, since so many people are using bias tape and maybe for the first time, I thought it might be helpful to see how some people are making it.
Mm-hmm. Totally. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
And thanks, Lori. Lori seems cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
when
really-
she posted the photo.
that is so
and
cool.
Yeah. I was so excited.
Yeah.
But also, like, doesn't it make you think how many other tools you could be making out of Lego?
Yes. I always feel like that. See also erector sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I spend a lot of time thinking about that. More time than one should, probably.
Nah, I think it's wholesome.
Yeah. Or Rube Goldberg machines that do a thing at the end. But I believe that I have talked about making those as a kid before on this podcast.
Yes,
so we
yes.
all know that I am a giant nerd.
It happens.
Lego bias tape maker, my friends. You definitely need to see it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, for my sewing room, I have like gobs of bias tape because for some reason my mom had this huge box of it for ages, like always the same little box. And then eventually she was like, oh, I need to have less craft supplies in my home now that I'm an empty nester. And I was like, okay, cool. She's like, here, take it. So now
I ended up with my mom's stuff that way too.
So now I have this same box, and the box itself is like an old cigar box from like who knows when. And it's got the same dang bias tape that has lived in it for like 20 years. So I should just pull that out and just start mailing it to everyone I know making masks. Honestly, this is my chance to get rid of it and have it go to use for once.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, also, you could use it for its intended purpose.
The quantity is so much.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, people are having trouble finding it or getting it.
Yeah, I have craft night. It's a Wednesday, so I have craft night tonight, and I have some gals who I think will be delighted to take it off my hands.
Are you doing video craft nights?
Yeah, Zoom calls. It's different, but it's fun. But anyway.
That's cool.
So speaking of sewing, that's where I was going next.
Yes.
So speaking of sewing, I still will hang on to some of my bias tape for like finishing armholes and whatnot, but I don't need the quantity I have. Because I was just about, my second topic for this episode of the podcast was about how, like, it's spring, and, like, last year I really got bit by the spring sewing bug in Me Made May because I was really wanting to work on fit. And this year, I don't know if it's because I have other work deadlines or I'm in need of kind of a creative exhale after the book, but I am just like, I'm not so sure if I, like I pulled, like, one or two patterns out of my stash yesterday and was like, I am just not pumped about this. Like, I don't feel the enthusiasm to like make a dress or anything at all.
I mean, it comes and goes.
Yeah.
I definitely don't always want to do that. And I don't always want to make English paper piecing quilts. I think that's totally normal, but especially after you've just done a big creative push like a book.
And I think because last year I did so much of it, which was great because I learned a ton and I grew a ton like in a few months. So, and I always recommend like just practice, y'all, if everybody's like frustrated with their technique. Because that is, work is the answer on that one. Sorry.
And you did such good work. Like your fits by the end were just beautiful.
By the end being the key, though, to anybody who's currently frustrated and having to do that hard work.
Of course it's by the end.
Yeah.
You couldn't have had those skills when you started.
For sure, exactly. And so anyway, that's all I'm saying is I'm just kind of like blah on sewing. And I was like kind of hoping that by this this episode on the podcast, I'd be talking about what patterns and fabrics I was picking. But I'm going to go with how I feel, which is just work on my little knitting, go with the flow, make my deadlines, done. Key to happiness,
I don't
right
think
there.
you need to add extra pressure to yourself if it isn't a thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then when the bug comes back again, because it inevitably does, sometimes it takes longer than usual, but it inevitably does, you will be all the more excited to be working on it.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't need to make any more crafts into work that aren't already. That's the tea. That's the key.
Exactly.
I think that's actually, like, I know it seems really obvious, but that's a really good point. Like, if the whole purpose behind the thing you're making isn't actually the stuff that you're getting paid for craft-wise, don't force it, because you should have things that are just yours, that are just fun.
Yeah.
And making them work takes that away.
Not always, which is because I think for all three of us, like, we couldn't have this be our job if that was the case. But sometimes it's like, I don't need to give myself work homework every day. That's how you get burned out.
Sometimes I don't want to cross stitch sometimes.
Yeah.
As it turns out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I obviously write books on that. I love to do that. I don't want to do it all the time in my free time. And that's also fine.
Yeah, I have times when I just like have large equipment outside the window making sorry.
That's all right. We've all got extra noise right now. Everybody's neighbors are home.
No, I have times when I go a really long time without embroidering anything, and sometimes it's because I'm working on like cross stitch as opposed to free embroidery, or sometimes it's because I just don't feel it. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like we're repeating that to each other and ourselves over and over again right now because it doesn't feel like it should be fine, that it's fine. So if you are also feeling that way, let us assure you that it feels weird to us too, but it really is fine.
I feel like I would just like to say, if you see me on any form of social media, anywhere, here on the podcast, whatever, if you hear me encouraging people or sending out like these reassurances to people, it's probably because I need it.
That
for
is
myself.
the truth.
And you should just assume that I'm going through that.
Yes. Everything on this podcast that I rant about is because I'm like telling it to myself for the 100th time. 100%.
Absolutely.
Positive self-talk.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Yes.
Especially when you've set up expectations for yourself. And I think a lot of people are feeling that right now, who have challenged themselves to go above and beyond right now while they're sheltering in place. Like, it's okay if you just don't.
Yep.
It's okay if you do the bare minimum of what you need to do. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say to myself over and over again. Oh my goodness.
All right. So you want to hear about something delightful that I found on the internet?
Of course. Always.
So I found this, by the way. Mary Corbett of Needle and Thread shared this link. And if she shares it, it's probably good anyway, because she is a very fantastic lady. But anyway, so it is a video from the Met in New York City. And by the way, I told my sister about this, and she was like, oh man, I think that was one of the things we were going to see, because we were supposed to actually be, we were supposed to take a trip to New York this spring. But the Met has a series. It's their 150th anniversary this year in 2020. And they've been putting up a series of videos from the vault. The series is called From the Vaults. And the one that I watched first is called Tapestries and How They're Made. It was a 1933 silent short film that was made by or for the Met, and it was featuring some tapestries from their collection, and then also a full demonstration of how these woven tapestries are made. They show some ancient looms. They show the whole process. And if you've ever seen like a silent film from that era, or even if you've like seen them in movies, like the idea of, you know, the old piano music playing, and then they've got like the action, and then it cuts to like a slide that has the text to go along with it. That's what it's like. There's no music to go along with it though, because the way that worked in theaters was someone was live, playing the piano music live. But anyway, so it's a totally silent film. It is so charming. It's about 15 minutes long, and in it you see the process, and then they show, like, just so you know, like, here's how old tapestries are or how far they go back. And then they proceed to show, they have someone who is like actually modeling some tapestry garments, including one that's like, I think it was like 6th century Roman garment. And he's wearing the piece. And I'm like, I can't believe they put that on a human. But it was 1933, so maybe how they were preserving things still looked a little different. And then there's another one from like, I don't know, 14th or 15th century that the person models.
That's cool.
It's just, because it's silent also, and there's this going back and forth between film clips and then reading the captions, there's something very nice and soothing about it. And I highly recommend watching this process. They showed, because of when you weave and you have colors that come up next to each other, they show how they handle that split that comes into the tapestry and putting that all together. The speed with which the people are weaving, it's remarkable. And they tell you, like, it looks like it's sped up, but this is actual speed.
Cool.
Yeah. So that is my enjoy 15 minutes of craft glory recommendation.
I have a slight bit of additional information to add with regards to the Met.
Okay.
So when we are able to travel again, Mollie, you and your sister should probably know specifically that the Ratti Textile Center at the Met, because it's a public museum, you can ask them to pull specific items for you to examine up close.
Okay.
And anyone can do it. And so I have a friend who works in the Ratti Textile Center, and so we've done that. I think I've mentioned it before with bob and lace. But that is a thing that one can do. It's certainly a thing you need to do in advance and arrange for it, but
sure.
It is, I think probably if things are on display, that is not something that you could pull, but I think
sense.
in their storage, you could look at things up close.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, I will remember that.
Yeah.
Because
It's really neat.
Yeah, I assumed that was something special that you got to do because of your connections there, but
I mean, it didn't hurt.
yeah.
Because for context, for people who may not have listened earlier, 2 of the members of the Brooklyn Lace Guild are, one works at the Ratti Textile Center.
That scans so hard.
And one is probably the foremost lace expert in the world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Often goes in to do work on the textiles.
That's so awesome.
Very
What
nice.
a cool job.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that's the next video I plan on watching in the From the Vault series is all about museum curators.
Ugh,
Cool.
And it's so awesome.
A like, I don't know, 25, 30-minute film from the 1980s. So that should be fun.
You'll have to tell us
I'm
how
excited.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a deep dive on this.
Yeah. I had a feeling you would like that.
Yep. Oh, right, me. Sorry. I was just staring blissfully into space.
It was sweet. I didn't want to ruin it.
I was thinking about the silent short.
Honestly, that's kind of how I feel about it, so it works.
I was just picturing it. I could click on it and actually see it, but heaven forbid.
Oh no, never.
Anyway, so I actually don't remember if I've mentioned this or not, because there have been several books along the way as we have been doing this, but
It's almost like it's our work.
yeah, I know, right?
Almost.
So I have a new book coming out, and it's called Feminist Stitches.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it's coming out on April 21st. So I think that's, I don't know what the date is.
It's before the next episode comes out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
when this episode comes out, the book will already be out. I don't know how it snuck up on us.
Where fine books are sold, listeners.
Yes, indeed. So it's being released this year to coincide with the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment. And I did a lot of research into quotes and their origins and different historical aspects of women's rights and women's suffrage. And so I'm pretty excited. And it's also similar to my Golden Girls book. It is a book and kit. So it is very beginner friendly and is just sort of a happy journey into, well, not always happy, I guess, because feminism isn't always delightful. But it's a nice snapshot into that history without having to dig too deeply into it if you aren't ready to do that. So I'm excited about it. And since I can't have a book release party because
the world
pandemic, I'm going to have a drawing for one free video cross-stitch lesson from me for anyone who can show me proof of pre-order or purchase. And so
cool idea.
Person will get that, and I will do that drawing sometime after the book comes out, and I will put a link for information in the show notes. So you'll be able to join in on that.
That's a fun idea, Haley.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I think that the marketing person at my publisher had that idea, or at least the beginning of it. So but it seems like a really good way to balance what's going on right now with also something personal and fun that you could look forward to.
Yeah. And also, like, you probably would never have thought to do that if it weren't the current situation. Yeah. Like, you probably would not have ever thought about doing a private lesson in that way. And yet that's genius.
Yeah. I mean, since you can call in to Zoom with multiple devices, I can have one camera on my hands in one call and a camera on my face in another and have that exist.
High tech and everything.
Yeah. I only know this because one of the online Stitch and Bitches that I was at earlier this month was trying to figure it out for someone who was teaching. So we played with it. But
nice.
And I would also like to say that if you plan to purchase the book, please consider buying it from your local independent bookstore if you can. Most of the time, independent bookstores, even if they're not open right now, do internet or phone orders. And even if they don't stock it, they can order it. Because this is the kind of book that bookstores anywhere can order. And so if that's a possibility, it's a really good time to support those small businesses. And I would also just like to add, because you guys will understand why this is funny, this is yet another pink book. I now...
This is a very pink book.
Yeah, I now have two pink books. Which is kind of funny because pink is maybe my least favorite color.
You like it so little.
Yeah, but you know what?
And it's about to be even more trendy, like in home decor.
Yep. And actually, weirdly enough, since I go to the wing when we're not under shelter-in-place orders, I'm actually becoming slowly inoculated to pink decor. And so I don't have the reaction that I once had. I actually, like the Golden Girls book, I've looked at it, I kind of like that pink.
I feel like I too have developed pink Stockholm syndrome.
But anyway.
It's just everywhere. You can't get away.
And you're hanging around with me, and I add pink to every repost of any of your things on stories, and you know.
Oh, it's true. Molly, it's contagious.
It is, and yeah, I'm not gonna actually say anything else about that.
No.
I'm gonna leave that joke where it lies.
Please do.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even mean to make that joke.
All right.
Done.
All right.
Yes, done.
Thank you for listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast. You can now follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Serious Crafts and on Facebook at Very Serious Crafts. You can also find show notes and all things Very Serious Crafts at veryseriouscrafts.com. And finally, if you're a fan of the Very Serious Crafts podcast, please leave us a 5-star review on whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Good ratings help us show up in recommendations, which helps more people who love crafting find us.
It's true. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
our website has just gone through a redesign, and for those of you who want to support us but don't have the means to do a Patreon membership right now, which is totally fine because we're makers, we get what's going on in the world at the moment. You can give us a one-time donation through a button right on our website should you want to throw us a little of your spare change.
And little bits
Yes.
help. They all make a
Everything
difference. We
does.
appreciate every bit of it.
And if you're not in a position to do anything right now, you can also just give us some likes on social media because that helps us show up for more people too.
Yes, absolutely. We love you. Thank you.
And you know, we love y'all. We love y'all anyway.
It's true.
Anyway, that's not we love you. Just whatever. I can't. The words. No good.
Hi, listeners. We think you're great. That's all.
Yes,
Yes.
we.
That.
I feel like someone should save us from ourselves right now.
I'm gonna cut us off on this episode. Bye, listeners.
Bye.